hit this button. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Inside the Booth. I'm your host, Dan the Log, and tonight we have Ryan from Legion Talks. How you doing, Ryan?
Oh, I'm outstanding. It's good to be here, man. Appreciate you having me. So, yeah, we're going to talk about a little bit of who you're going to call.
That's right, Ghostbusters. I mean, that's why I got that down, you know what I mean? Oh, yeah. So, yeah, we're going to be talking about a lot about a Ghostbusters. Have you been up to date on the Ghostbusters as of yet, there, Ryan?
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say, dude. Yeah, no, it's all right. Now that it looks like things are working, because streaming, I always monitor streams on my third monitor here. Now that it looks like YouTube has caught up, I think.
Yeah,
YouTube's...
I mean, YouTube's always usually probably like a couple of seconds slower.
It's a lot of seconds slower, dude. It hasn't even.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it says that. There it is. Wow, YouTube. Wow. Well, welcome to streaming on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. It's good to be here, man. Sorry, I literally YouTube didn't send me a notification. I was on in the window waiting and stuff like that. What is up, love it? It's good to see you.
Hey, love it.
Yeah, YouTube was way behind the ball on my notification, or even going live. So again, but yeah, that's great to be here. We're going to be talking about Ghostbusters. I'm very excited about this weekend. My dad is excited.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, man.
It's going to be a good weekend. And for those of you who didn't go to the movies this last weekend and see a certain movie, the American Society of Magical Negroes, go to see Ghostbusters.
All right.
That's a movie that really came out. I'm not joking.
Oh, really? Are you serious?
Not joking. Yeah. Not joking. So, yeah. It's good to be here.
Yeah. Get that little one into bed there, love it. Let it go to sleep. Babies need sleep. So do I. I'm a baby too sometimes.
Me too. I'm just a 6'4" one.
He's right. A lot taller than me, that's for sure.
I'm not small. We'll just say that. Yeah, I have to get in on airplanes.
Oh, nice. I don't have to until I'm like in the seat parts, but when it's in the middle, I can stand. I'm only 5'10" and a half, something like that.
So. Larry Stahl is one of my best friends. Yeah, he used to call me Lurch, Sasquatch.
There you go. There you go. Sasquatch, Bigfoot. You could get into one of those Chewbacca costumes.
I know.
And walk around outside, and everybody will go, "There's Bigfoot! Oh my goodness, he exists."
Yeah. No, my favorite to this day is still Lurch. I don't know why. He'd just be like, call me Lurch.
Nice.
He called me something else, but it was from South Park, so it's a little inappropriate. I don't want to say it.
1776.
Heck yeah, man.
Heck yeah. Anyway, so yeah, Ghostbusters. So have you been up to date on all the Ghostbusters stuff, like that's been happening?
Pertaining to the movie?
Besides just the movie, like like everybody, the whole. Well, like I showed on the thumbnail, like let me just show some stuff. Like Regal is selling,
Yes,
popcorn
yes.
buckets and stuff that look like props.
I
So I
want.
think
I have missed out on all the popcorn buckets. A lot of them that I've really wanted. Because people buy them in bulk and then
they
sell them on
do, they
eBay like
do. I
jerks.
Yeah, they do.
It's not very nice.
There's this one Facebook group that I am on, and it's like Ghostbusters Worldwide or something. And recently, you're right, everybody's been buying the Regal Trap popcorn buckets and buying like 10 at a time or
Mm-hmm.
a whole case. And it's like, can't you just save it for when the movie comes out? So when people go in to buy, but no, they don't want to. They want to, I guess, not slash prices, but like, what's it called? Scaling prices?
Oh, they want to.
Like make it higher so they can make
Yeah, yeah.
profit.
No,
I forget what
um,
it's called. It's
price gouging.
gouging. Yeah.
Yeah, price gouging. So like during the said thing that we shall not name, the coof, or in Florida, like during. So on the Tampa Bay side where I used to live, like things would be price gouged,
Hmm.
because hurricanes rarely affected us. But when it came, most people weren't prepared. They weren't like me. I made it through one hurricane where I wasn't prepared, and I was like, well, I'm not doing that again. So actually, about 4 months before hurricane season, I'd actually start buying a little bit extra each trip to the
Hmm.
grocery store because yeah, then of course they actually made it illegal to price gouge. But people still did it. People still did it.
Yeah, of
Again, much
course.
much like the coof. They're about, oh, we're gonna get I'll buy all this hand sanitizer and I'm gonna sell it for $100 a bottle, and you're like, what?
Right.
Yeah, it's very wrong, and theaters should not participate in it. To be honest.
Right. But I mean, they sell their stuff, and other people buy it, and then they resell it. Those people that do buy it. So it's not like theaters and companies have a choice in that matter, I guess. But um,
Well, I mean, they could say, "Hey guys, let's limit one per, family or something like that." You got our
right.
one per purchase, of like,
Hmm.
I mean, now you could have like, a mom and a dad, and then say the mom stands separately from the dad, and they got two kids, and they kind of like they buy two. That's not really that big of a deal.
Right.
Um,
Right.
when you have
Right.
one guy come in who looks like me and he's like, yes, I would like to buy 50, and they're like going,
Yeah.
oh, okay, sir, would you
Yeah.
like to back your car up to the building? It's like, no, what are you doing?
Right. Yeah. Exactly. That I understand. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah,
But I don't think the theater should release these buckets until
the movie comes out. Yeah,
the movie is showing. And then people can buy 10 of them or something. I don't know. I do know there are some people out there like me that have big families that, you know, maybe 3 or 4 of my kids would want one each. So,
mm-hmm.
and then obviously me being a big kid, I would want one too. So, it's like we would buy 5, but we would
Yeah,
have it at home. We wouldn't be reselling it. So, I don't know. It's just, you don't know with some people, you know what I mean?
yeah, no, agreed. Actually, you know what? It makes me wonder. I'm gonna pull up eBay real quick and see if people are already selling these things.
I think they
Uh,
are. I think I've seen it
I'm sure
already.
they probably are.
Now, I,
Um,
I have seen some people just selling it at price at regular price plus obviously shipping. But that's not too bad, I guess,
yeah.
as long as they're selling it at price from the theater or something. That's not too bad. Um,
New listing, $50. New listing, $63.91. New listing, $70. New listing, $100.
yeah, that
You
that those
people
those are
stink.
yeah, that is crazy. I wouldn't do that. Now you know what's cool. I'll share my screen. Is this one, the Regal online store. Once it loads, all right, the online store here. They don't have it in yet, but it's available online on the 22nd. So that is when the movie comes out. And it
Okay.
is only $24.95. So hopefully people that want one can get one and people don't buy too many and try to resell it again.
Well, see, so Regal's going to hold on to some in stock to make sure that they are sold online. They're not going to want to miss that
Mhm.
market. Now, it's the ones that are shipped to actual stores that are going to
Right.
be the ones that you see, actual movie theaters, excuse me, that are being price gouged. Now, I don't have a Regal theater here. I moved back to where I grew up because
Yeah,
apparently I
I
didn't
don't
take
either.
a handful of sand with me, and that's a thing. If you don't take a handful of sand, you're doomed to come back. I actually willingly moved back because I got tired of
Right.
the big city, so there's no Regal here. But I mean, I could order one online. I mean, that's not unreasonable at price.
Right. Um, Question: will they be wearing black trench coat when they selling it to me? I don't know. They might.
They might, yeah. Like
That'd be
they're gonna
weird.
open their trench coat, be like, "Going, I got just what you need right here. All
That's right.
right, you gonna take a look. Which one do you want? Which one?"
Right.
It's like,
So Regal has the wonderful Ghostbusters Frozen Empire popcorn bucket ghost trap. They also have these here. This is this is like a popcorn tin,
that's
and
cool though. Looks
I,
like the firehouse.
yeah, it does. And I think this one is an online only shop or something, because I don't think I've seen this advertised in the stores. So um,
Yeah, no, I don't think that one's probably going to be. Usually, it's just the one that doubles as the actual physical bucket. Then because it
yeah,
has like the little, and that's the actual bucket part that sits inside the trap itself.
right. And then they have this cool little proton pack. Well, a book bag with a proton pack drawn on it. It's nifty. It's neat.
It's nifty. It's just more for the kids.
Yeah, except for this guy.
Yeah, I don't know if he was the best target audience for that one. It just looks small in compared to him. Like,
Right. Yeah. Now this is what I might buy. Look at this little plushy pillow. A
yeah,
ghost.
see, that's
No
cool.
ghost logo. That's cool.
It's
And
it's
this is
just
all.
nifty to like something you could like. But yeah, I'm very excited about this movie. Especially the fact that it obviously we're going back to New York. We're going back to where everything started from. And this
Yeah.
is legit Ghostbusters 4, right? So Afterlife
Yeah.
was 3.
Hmm.
That thing in 2016 that we don't talk about didn't happen. Uh so
Yeah. No,
yeah,
it didn't happen.
no, it didn't happen. Um yeah, no, I'm looking forward to this. Whether you're a huge fan of like, Afterlife or not, right? Because it didn't have the guys in it as much as probably most of us would have liked.
This is a cool
As Lovett just
switcher.
said, yes, I did. I very much enjoyed Afterlife. Did I think it was incredible? No. But was it riddled with nostalgia, and did they do it right to pay massive respect to what the franchise was meant to be? 100%.
Yeah.
Uh,
I
again,
think you did. Yeah. I liked Afterlife. It was a wonderful job. You
yes,
know, it made me cry at the end. You know.
I definitely got a little misty. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I
I
got
I,
misty.
I like it too. Also, when the guys all look over and they're like, when
Yeah.
they're
Like
they're
they're kind
yeah,
of
they're just
shocked
like,
that whoa,
yeah. It
Eon
was,
is a ghost.
and at the same time, you couldn't have pulled that off without modern CGI. We can say what we want
Yeah.
about the fact that CGI does is good and bad in a lot of ways for modern movies. Without that,
Right.
yeah, absolutely, it needed that CGI. So
Yeah. Now you know what I think though. Yes, it needed the CGI. It was nice to see it, and they did a really good job on it. But could they have done a live cast of his face, a guy kind of wearing his face over top of another person's face? I mean, I think they probably could have done something like that. Just because he was a ghost, so he's kind of see through. You can't really see.
mhm.
you can't see too much of him anyway. So I think they could have done it practically too. But I do say they did a great job with the CGI with it, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and of course, obviously, they used they used a different actress for Zool. Obviously, because the same actress was probably I don't know.
She's a bit older, yeah.
She's probably a lot older, if not. Unfortunately, maybe you never know. She may have.
Yeah, let me look that up. Let's see.
It's a great question. I don't know. But I don't think she was massively popular. I think she was just Zool. So that being said, no, and what Lovett says is perfect. I think that people forget it's okay for a movie not to be perfect. I'm looking forward to seeing it day one. Yeah, or one day. Maybe you mean day one. I don't know. No, movies don't need to be perfect. If you're entertained, that's great. Look, and this is considered slightly a controversial take. Mm-hmm. I liked Rebel Moon. I did. And a lot of people were like, oh, the movie was terrible. Well, my dad and I watched it, and we were pleasantly entertained. Now, did we think it was the bestest movie ever? No, not even close. But if you're entertained enough that you're like, I'm enjoying this, it's like, that's all that matters. So it's, nothing needs to be perfect. Now, of course,
mm-hmm.
That's aside from a lot of the stuff that we get in modern entertainment that's just plain bad. But no, I think Ghostbusters Frozen Empire is going to be something that's going to be even better than Afterlife. And it looks like, and there are reports too that Bill Murray was on set and he was just having fun with it. And it's like,
mm-hmm.
as somebody who was actively against a third one for so long, and the reason he finally did Afterlife is for Harold Ramis, and
mm-hmm.
and obviously they had a falling out, but obviously somebody's death kind of changes things. It's I think it's good to see, and that's all that matters. That's all that matters.
Yeah, of course. So going back to Gozer, Shohoran Agudushur. I can't pronounce her name for the life of me, but she's 71 years old. She's not passed. She's 71.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. She would have been about what, 68? Because it's been out for like 3-ish years.
Yeah.
Afterlife. So yeah, I don't think she would have been fitting into that spandex again.
So who played the girl that played the new one was Emma Portner. So I don't know her well. I can't say I really. What, is she a singer or something?
I have no idea.
Something like that.
I will say this though, that when somebody asks if you're a god, you say yes.
You say yes, of course. You have to say yes. Yeah. So
again to this day, are you a god? And he's like, no.
And die, and then she's
Ray, for the record, when somebody asks if you're a god, you say yes.
You say yes. Yeah. Ernie Hudson did a great job. And, Ernie Hudson was the one that carried Ghostbusters throughout the years compared to the other guys.
Mm-hmm.
He was the one that went to like the Comic Cons and all the. He's the one who kind of kept Ghostbusters alive, really.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's something that's always going to be timeless and obviously never forgotten. But at the same time, though, keeping the love for the fans alive and seeing him showing up to these things and people who have made replica Ecto ones and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so funny. There's a video from years and years ago where he showed up to one in an Ecto one, and it's so funny because the cops drive by in an actual patrol car and they get on the microphone. They're like, "Who are you gonna call?" Like it's just, yeah, no, it's something that I'm really glad we finally got 3. We're getting a 4.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me that it's got it's got the kids in it and stuff like that. I know some people were a little like, eh. But that's what it was always meant to be. That's always what Harold Ramis and Dan Aykroyd wanted it to be. It was supposed to be a generational family movie that, it
Right.
started, say, with, your parents taking you to see it, and then you have kids, and you're going to take your kids are going to see it, and then they're going to see the new movies. And yeah, it was
Yeah.
always meant to be a generational thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I would
I think
rather,
they did a good job doing that for sure.
yeah.
And then you got the real Ghostbusters, kind of like, when we were kids, we watched the
Mm-hmm.
cartoons and stuff, and they still play. I still watch them once in a while. There is a YouTube channel on YouTube that plays those cartoons, and they have the rights for it because it's the Ghostbusters channel. So
I didn't know that.
yeah, yeah.
Well,
And I think they're the only ones that do that on YouTube. I don't know why.
probably.
I
Uh,
like it. I like it because that's, you can just kind of click on YouTube and like if you want to watch a cartoon, you can do it.
Yeah, there's like a Bob
like
Ross
there's a,
YouTube channel too. So like they have the rights to that, and they play it nonstop. Which
right.
obviously again something from the same era as the real Ghostbusters. Just and of course I don't know if you ever watched Extreme Ghostbusters, which was kind of the offshoot with the original
Right.
guys, but it's
I've seen a
and that
little
one
bit
was
of it.
fun too.
That was fun. Yeah.
No, if you find the DVD set for like the real Ghostbusters or even Extreme Ghostbusters, they are so hard to find. I think
Oh,
I
I'm sure.
saw
Yeah.
I think I saw a brand new real Ghostbusters on eBay a couple years ago. Right before the third movie came out, and it was for like $1,000. It was all the seasons. It's like a
Oh
thousand
wow.
dollars. It was something
Yeah.
insanity. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I guarantee somebody bought that because they're like,
Well, I'm
yeah,
sure. Yeah.
dude.
Yeah. You got to.
Yeah.
So yeah. So just real quick, let's get into. Regal is not the only one that's selling stuff. You got AMC, and you have Cinemark. They sell stuff. One is a Ghost Slimer, the Ghost popcorn bucket, which looks
Hmm.
pretty cool. I didn't really. Let me just look in my. Yeah, here we go. I think this was Cinemark. Yeah.
That one's actually pretty awesome looking.
Yeah, it does look good. The other one, that has the mouth is like the whole body, that doesn't look good at all. I don't think I have a picture of that one. Um, but that's the Regal one, I think. And I heard that Regal, when they put that out there, the picture was different than what the actual bucket looked like,
Hmm.
and so they reimbursed everybody who bought the buckets. So that's going to be a bucket that's going to be rare, I think, because nobody wanted it. It looks horrible, and so they probably are not going to sell them anymore. And they have
Well, yeah,
reimbursed,
no.
and they've reimbursed people who have bought them. So
Interesting.
yeah, so it's going to
Yeah,
be.
that'd be something like a very rare collector would take a look at.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. It's going to be like one of those things for 5 years from now that people are going
I
to be buying it for like hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, actually, I do have a question. Have they released a new trailer in anticipation of the movie releasing this weekend? Because the last one I saw was in a couple months old.
Yes, I think they have released a new one, but they are releasing like little snippets too everywhere here and there. Um, Definitely the advertisements for this movie is a lot better than the last one. Afterlife, there wasn't a lot of advertisements for it, but this one, I see it everywhere now.
Okay. Well, Afterlife was one of those things, and let's be honest here, they weren't probably sure how it was going to land. Now, obviously, 2016 really kind of just torched everybody in the foot on this.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, totally.
It was the movie that nobody asked for. Uh, I understand why they did it. They did it because they had to scramble because Harold Ramis unfortunately passed away, and that's very unfortunate.
Yeah,
But delay it and hold off and rewrite stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Make it
don't.
good. Yeah, make the story good at least.
Yeah, nobody
It
asked for the all-female Ghostbusters. Nobody asked for you to like change everything about everything. Like, and again,
What's
to this
up,
day,
Whitey?
what's up, man?
He goes, "Hey guys, just came to say hi. Quick hi. I don't want any spoilers. No, there's no spoilers tonight.
Yeah, no spoilers. No spoilers.
Movie's not out yet. We're just talking about the old stuff, and Ryan loved the background.
Yeah, it's a meme that just won't go away. I did not make the background. It came from my Star Trek Engage show, which we are on a hiatus. The ship is in maintenance in the dock. But let's just say Yeoman Taylor, she empties the bucket. That's all I'm gonna say. It's a long story. I didn't make the meme. I didn't create that. It's just my background, and it won't go away. Nobody will make another meme. This one has been too good that it's been around for too many months now, and I wish it would go away.
Nice.
Of course, the art's great, though. Art's great. I mean, if you actually look, too, you can actually see the full thing. So she's actually holding a bucket, and you can see she's standing in front of the window, one of the windows of the Enterprise, and it's actually a great meme. It just won't go away.
Nice. Nice. So, so let's talk about 2016 for a second. What was it that made you dislike the movie that much? Was it all girls, or was it the story, or was it? I'm
gonna be honest. I didn't hate the movie. If it didn't have the title of Ghostbusters, I'd have been like, it was okay.
Right. It is like a standalone movie.
Yeah, if it was a standalone movie, it was like that's not a big deal. I don't have a problem with that. Do I think it's incredible? No. Is it a Ghostbusters movie? No. It was neat that they had the whole cast back, but of course they made them like goofy and just. I mean, I think Dan Aykroyd's little cameo is the best, and he's like, when he's the cab driver, that was probably the best part. Like Chris, yeah, the bad jokes, love it. That was terrible. I mean, it was one.
Yeah,
it's one. You can only make certain V jokes so many times.
Right. Yeah. Those were stupid, and that's one reason what it made me upset with the movie. Anyways, I heard that the director, forgot his name because he's so important. He let the girls just kind of ad lib a lot of stuff. So when they went into edit, they had to just kind of pick and choose what they wanted to use. That makes for a bad directing and editing, especially editing, because it can change a lot on a movie, like especially the direction of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Just doing ad libbing and then just being like, oh, let's just throw these in there because they're all so funny.
Yeah, his name is Paul Feig.
Paul
Feig. He got. Oh, go ahead.
I was actually gonna see. I actually got to see the female Ghostbusters lately, and it wasn't a total dud. It wasn't fantastic. I agree with Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, it was something that. Also, at the same time, what was such a waste is that. I think the band is called Walk the Moon or something like that. Made an actual like a modern take, and I say modern very, very, very minimally. Just kind of their version of the original Ray Parker Jr. Ghostbusters theme, and it was really good. And it was not the thing that was advertised. That whole, again, I don't know who they played in the middle of the movie. But you could only actually catch that one thing. I think it's called like Walk the Moon or something like that, Ghostbusters theme. It's actually really good. And they only played it towards the end, the actual end of the movie, in the credits. And I'm like, that was one of the gripes, dudes. Like, you didn't have the Ghostbusters theme. Whether you had somebody try to cover it and make it a little bit more slightly modern. Mm-hmm. But it was really good. So yeah, if you guys just to say 2016 Ghostbusters theme or something, I think it's by Walk the Moon, and it's actually really good. And
so, Yeah. So what one thing that I was upset about 2016 was the whole making um, Chris Hemsworth look like a total
Yeah, that was
idiot.
one, that was one of
You
my
know?
gripes.
Yeah. Because men don't. First of all, don't act like that. Second of all, the first Ghostbusters, they didn't make Janine like that, did they?
No, no, they didn't.
They made her very smart, and so it's like they were kind of trying to make men look like bad people or something. I don't know, like
He
not just
was
bad people, just stupid. Oh, men
he
are
was
dumb.
just bad comedic comedic effects, and like as soon as he walked in, like they were drooling over him, and it's like, but he was also like a dunce, and it was like, like why, like what? And of course, it's similar to what they kind of did to him in the what the heck is the fourth Thor movie called? I can't even think of it. Thor: Love and Thunder. Like, when his clothes fly off and you see his butt, he didn't want to do that. They
Right.
told him he had to do that. You had one of the original Avengers who made the Infinity Saga what it is, one of the biggest movie
Yeah.
ordeals in history, and he
Yeah.
says, "I don't want to do that." And they said, "Well, you got to do it."
Yeah. Because you can
Like, are
sign
you
a
kidding me?
contract and this is how it's written, and we're telling you to do it. Yeah.
Ugh.
That's stupid.
Yeah, Chris Hemsworth has been criminally done very wrongly in some movies,
Yeah.
especially because he actually is good at what he does. If you've seen him in like Extraction and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course. I mean, he's got a lot of really good movies out there.
Mm-hmm.
And he's really good. Just because he's a looker and he's a nice looking guy
Mm-hmm.
doesn't mean he can't play the gritty type.
Yeah.
And he does very well with it. So
Yeah, he's also a very genuine person too, because like I remember when
yeah.
he.
Well, him and his brother, they're Australian, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah. Well, there's
Oh,
actually he was actually back home in Australia. There was a news broadcast, like a local news broadcast, where he just like strolls into the background, and the reporter turns around because she's talking about like something in this field behind him, like a farm field. And she
right.
looks and she's like, oh, and he just like comes strolling up and just shocks the heck out of him. And it was so funny. But no, he seems like nothing but a genuine guy. He's always so thrilled to see the fans, and it's like, why would you treat him like that? Why
Yeah,
why did
exactly.
why did you treat him like that in 2016? And
Hmm.
unfortunately, that's probably where it started, and that's why
Yeah,
they thought
yeah,
in Love and Thunder that they could treat him like dirt there too.
yeah, yeah. That's pretty bad. Um,
Yeah, I didn't like that. That's probably one of the things that bugged me the most
yeah,
because I'm a
and
big fan of Thor,
yeah.
big fan of Chris Hemsworth.
Oh yeah, yeah. Chris Hemsworth's good. Um, yeah. So the only thing that I really enjoyed in the 2016 movie was the proton packs. The ghost trap wasn't really that. Yeah, that was. I don't know. I don't really like the way the trap was, but
Hmm.
I definitely enjoyed the proton packs. Just because they did look a little cool. It's like you have
Yeah,
some
I was
you
okay
have
with it.
some good stuff there.
Hmm.
Make something good.
The
You
car was awful. The car was horrible.
Yeah, it was bad because it only had one big yellow light in the front of it. It didn't
Hmm.
have like all the cool stuff on the
Yeah.
roof rack. Um, so
Yeah,
yeah,
no, I thought the car looked horrible. It just looked like a generic station wagon. There was no personality to it. It
yeah.
looks like it was ripped out of the late 70s, early
It was
80s.
it's a hearse from the '90s.
Oh, was it in the 90s?
Hmm.
Okay.
A '90s hearse. Yep.
Yeah, it was very no personality. The big yellow light was stupid.
Yeah.
I know they had like a towards the end of the movie, they had a secondary light bar on the back that actually had the a yeah, it just was it
Hey,
wasn't it was
yeah.
I think there was a little bit of like a shade in there, yeah, because it didn't look like white.
Hmm.
It looked like it had like a almost like a hue to it. It was weird.
Yeah. Oh, for
Um,
sure. For sure.
so I think you know
No,
the
I would say personally, me, if I was able to get my hands on a hearse like that, I would deck it out as a Ghostbuster vehicle, but I would probably put more of a the roof rack with other
Yeah.
more lights.
Make
Definitely
it look
with,
more traditional.
yeah, exactly. I think that's
Well,
what I would do.
also too, so like the guy, so again, it was meant to be technically a like prequel, right?
Yeah,
In a
yeah,
sense, their version of what a prequel would be to. So it didn't take from the original storyline per se, right? Because at
hmm
the end of the movie they tease like going, who is Zoo or something like that, and then like, and it's
right.
like, and it's like that was probably like maybe the only thing that slightly intrigued me because I was like, but it was probably purely from a nostalgia standpoint. I was like, all right, if they're gonna do it, they're trying to, bye, love it, see ya. Um,
See, I love it.
they're trying to do it from a different standpoint, right? They're trying to establish something that predated the original movie to then go into the original storyline and maybe try to make it their own.
You're right.
That part didn't bother me. I was okay with that. Um, do I think it worked? Not necessarily, especially because the guy who was the bad guy in the movie was kind of like a little weasel.
Yeah,
It just kind of seemed like they were poking fun at that whole kind of incel thing. It just it. I liked when he became a ghost and he became like that giant, like kind of like almost the embodiment of what you would see.
Mhm.
Um, so that was kind of cool. But other than that, no, there really wasn't a lot of stuff that really I was like, okay, yeah.
Yeah. It was whatever. Um, well, let's take a little commercial break, and we'll move on from 2016 movie because
Yeah.
yeah, talking about it, it's just I don't know, just one of those things. So let's take
Sometimes
a
you just got
commercial.
to do it.
That's right. That's right.
It's like pulling a
Uh,
band-aid off.
that's right. That's right. Before we hit the commercials, let's go. Let's go. Let's tell everybody to vanquish the like button, subscribe to the channel, and everybody who don't know about this.
Want to ring the bell? All right. Ding, ding.
When you ring that bell, you get notified for more content that we post, and every time we post it. For some weird reason, though, sometimes it doesn't happen. So always periodically check our channel out to make sure that you're up to date with our videos. And here is our merchandise.
What is this place? What is it that you do here? Merchandising. Merchandising, merchandising. With the real money from the movie.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it is. And
Yeah,
also
it is
see you,
good.
Whitey. We didn't get a chance to say bye before you probably bounced, but it's good to see you, man.
Was he saying bye to us, or was he saying bye to? Oh, he says he's got
Yeah,
to
he had to run too.
Okay. See you, Whitey. So, if you like what we do here, guys, just you can go to our merch store, which is insidetheboothtv.com/shop. You can buy neck gaiters like this one. You can also use it as a hat or use it as something else. You can use them for multiple things. Definitely, if you are busting some ghosts and you don't want to get slime in your mouth, this would be a good idea. Um, Also, if you like what we do and you're not a Patreon member, become a Patreon member for just $1 a month. That helps us to rent or buy movies that we haven't seen yet that most of you guys like to suggest, and so we can watch them and review them. That's what they've been used. That's what the money's been used for, as of lately. Um, so
You ever think about sailing the high seas?
I would love to sail the high seas. Get out of
Um,
here.
uh, I mean, I know a website where you can sail the high seas. Just saying. Just if you want the link. I mean, I don't know. It's like, it's well, it's actually a very easy way. It's how we've done our Star Trek streams and our Game of Thrones because you can't always just throw a DVD and then try to it doesn't work. So,
Right. Yeah, for sure.
I also don't like to give Disney money when I review their stuff because.
Speaking of Disney, I've been watching Bad Batch. It hasn't been bad actually. It's actually pretty decent. So compared to a lot of Disney stuff, the Bad Batch is
it season 1?
No, it's season 3, and it's the last season.
Okay.
And they're gonna have. What's funny is that they're gonna have 15 episodes, which is kind of nice. I mean, because they have only been doing like 8 episodes every season. So
I thought the first season was like 20.
No, it was only like 8 or 9.
Really?
Like yeah.
It's been a while since I've watched it, so yeah, please don't quote me on that one. Yeah, I'm behind on my which I actually liked the first season. So I will admit it was kind of a breath of fresh air. It was more just fun.
Yeah, exactly.
When things used to be fun to do.
Yeah. And it has like a story that kind of is coherent, it's not like it's all over the place and doesn't follow it, and it's just
It was also a suggestion from Whitey. That one time him and I were on when he said he liked the Bad Batch, and I was like, "What? You like the Bad Batch?"
Yeah.
And he was like, "You haven't seen it?" I'm like, "No, I haven't seen it. I don't want to watch that." It's like, and that was and I was wrong. So, and again, it's probably the third time I've said that on this channel, but yeah, no, I like season 1. Hey, take the wins where you get them, guys.
That's it.
I haven't watched the Acolyte trailer. I know we're not going to stay on Disney too long. We're going to get back on to Ghostbusters. I haven't watched it yet, but it doesn't look great. So moving on from 2016, because
let's we got Afterlife, and then you know what's nice is that I think 2016 kind of rejuvenated some people's like wheels or something to say, you know what, let's make a better movie, like especially the Reitmans. It's saying that movie was really bad, and we don't want our franchise to go down.
Yeah, so
in fire and brimstone or something,
So obviously Dan Aykroyd, Harold Ramis, and Ivan Reitman, made the first one.
Yeah.
Made the first two. Excuse me. The first one was a gamble. It was kind of a different movie. They weren't sure. It was kind of comedic, but it also kind of had some horror elements to it. It was, but it was such lightning in a bottle that, I mean, they greenlit a second one, and then of course, I think they actually even greenlit a third one. Before the second one even released, but because of the falling out of Bill Murray and all that kind of stuff, that they forever postponed it, and then of course we never got it. I like the second one. I think it's as good as the first one. No, nothing is usually ever. I mean, Jurassic Park 2 is not as good as the first one.
No, of course.
But I still love Jurassic Park, The Lost World, Jurassic Park. I think it's a great movie. If Jurassic Park was a perfect 10 out of 10, then I'd say The Lost World is probably a solid 8.5. And I kind of believe that about the second Ghostbusters movie.
It wasn't too bad.
I very much enjoyed it.
Yeah, people grow to like that movie more now than they did when it first came out. It's one of those things that it gets better through age, because it's probably because they realize what they have now, and they're like,
Well, and I kind of understand, right? So the first movie was more targeted towards adults.
Right.
There are scenes in it, obviously, that not the greatest for probably. Kids aren't going to know what's going on, but it's not the greatest if they actually understood it, right?
Now, I watched it as a kid. And
so did I.
The only thing that freaked me out were the terror dogs. But at the same time, if you didn't have the terror dogs, you don't have the story, So,
it was more like the inappropriate stuff that obviously as a kid I didn't understand, like the
exactly.
kind of the sexuality jokes.
Right, yeah, exactly.
you
I didn't
know,
understand that either.
yeah. So no, I
Exactly what
mean,
we were doing.
and most kids did. But the thing is, though, is that it was such a big hit because again, parents understood those jokes. The kids didn't. They're just like oblivious. But they're like,
Right.
yeah, well, Ghostbusters, and it became this huge thing that they're like, all right, we're gonna have to shift a little bit. And again,
Hmm.
this is Harold
For the
Ramis and
kids.
Dan Aykroyd's idea the whole time to shift it more towards families, as a generational movie.
Hmm.
And so, was the second one a little more family friendly? Yes, it was. But I still love the moments like when they walk into the museum and it's like they're like, Bill Miller's like, sucking the guts, guys, we're the Ghostbusters, and they're like,
Hmm. Yeah.
and it's like that's just funny from like a standpoint of men getting older. Like we're
Yeah.
not gonna have
Exactly.
it's like
That's true.
it's still an adult joke. It's one that's a little more clean for the kids. Now I'll admit this: in the second one, when they're walking down the abandoned railway line and they see all the heads, as a kid, I was like,
Oh
yeah,
yeah. That kind of
yeah, that
didn't
one
freak
kind
me
of,
out as much because
yeah.
I think at that time I started watching like things on TV about how they made movies and stuff. So
Yeah, no, I wasn't old. So it came out in 91, right? Ghostbusters
mhm.
2.
Yeah.
I didn't see it then. But I was 5. So
Oh,
I think I saw the first one when I was like 7 or 8.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely on the younger side for the Ghostbusters. Obviously the original came out in 96. I was not even 1. Right, it's 96, right? I'm
No,
sorry, 86, 86.
80, 84. 84.
84? I wasn't even born.
I was 1 when it came out.
Holy criminy. I wasn't even born.
Yeah, in 1984. I was 1 years old, but I did see it when I was a little older, probably about 5 or 6. And then
Hmm.
when the second one came out, what'd you say it came out in 91?
91. It was like
So
summer 91.
so I was about 8, 8 or 9. Yeah.
And the reason I say I was 5 because it was I think it was like a June or July release. I think both of them were. And I
Mhm.
was born in August, so obviously I'm a very end of the year kind of birthday. So
Right.
yeah, I'm always younger than it seems like. Yeah, so I was like 5 when it came out, and I don't think I saw the first one until again like 7.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Look, my NVIDIA Studio driver is available. Thank you, NVIDIA. I love when your computer gives you notifications in the middle of a stream and it just like pops up and it's like, "Bloop," and you're like, I didn't need to know that right now. we
Yeah,
could have waited.
that's funny. All right, so Cinemark and AMC, I believe they have um, Ecto 1 popcorn buckets.
Hmm.
Now, this one is painted very poorly, but you know what I say about the paint job? You can always redo it.
Yeah, what's with the weird cheetah marks?
I don't know. I think they were this one is I think the Afterlife one. Yeah, you can see that in the box behind it. And
It wasn't that rusty in the movie.
well, this thing's got like somebody just put a finger in the dabbed their finger in it and just went like this all over the whole thing.
Yeah, I'd about to say you could have had a machine do that better for
Yep,
cheaper.
for sure.
And look, I don't normally I would say I don't want to take away from people's jobs, but it didn't in this case. You probably should have taken somebody's job away.
Yeah. Now I know Cinemark has one that's not the rusty one. So for this, it's for this movie. Let me share the screen. Blah 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 blah. This one. So right here, and it's $34.99.
That's much better looking.
Yeah, a lot cleaner.
It's a lot cleaner. Again, this is the Ecto 1A.
Yeah.
Obviously many people don't realize that there were 2 different Ecto 1s. The A is the one in the first movie. They obviously they still had it. It was kept. But the Ecto 1B is what you saw retrofitted. Oh, thank you, Second Computer, for telling me that NVIDIA GeForce is available. Yeah, so the Ecto 1B is actually the one that you saw in the second movie that they changed from the standard kind of like police lights, just all blue, to the multicolored kind of theme from the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah. So
Which
apparently,
still is a beautiful car, though.
yeah, for sure, it is a very nice car. So apparently, this this beautiful Ecto 1A, like you can actually see that Ecto 1. So apparently, this thing you need to order by April 1st, 2024, and the delivery is in August 2024. So if you want this one, you got to order it by April 1st, everybody.
It's also one of those things too that seems to be just more for a collection. It's not to actually be practical.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing.
Many people don't realize too that that the from what I understand, they actually the car itself to make it actually run, they took the actually original hearse motor out of it. I believe they put in
It was an ambulance, but yes.
yeah, thank you. It was an ambulance. Yeah. They actually put in, I think it was a Corvette motor.
Yeah,
I
don't remember.
Like a six.
They did something to it. I know that.
Well, the same thing with like Back to the Future. No, it was so Back to the Future. They put a Corvette motor in it, but no, the Ecto one they put in like I think it was a Chevy motor too. But yeah, no, again, it was kind of like in line with. Obviously, you needed performance from these vehicles. A DeLorean's V6 motor was very, very gutless. So they had to put like a Corvette motor in to get the that really hardcore sound. And the Ecto one itself too was it's a very heavy car, very heavy vehicle.
Oh yeah. Those things were I think it's a 1964 or something like that.
Yeah, something like that, 67, 64, somewhere in there.
Yeah, because they changed the style the next year. So there's only that style was for that 1 year only, and they didn't keep anything the same. They took out the fins in the back. They took out a lot of stuff, and a lot of people who make these replicas of the Ecto 1, some of them they just don't have the fins, or they don't have this, or they don't have that, just because they can't get the same year because it's so hard to find now.
Yeah, a lot of times they have to kind of like retrofit stuff and buy parts and kind of add to it. On top of that, a lot of people don't realize that. So the first car was actually for the first movie, I believe they bought 2 cars. And then the second movie, they had the original 2 cars, but I believe they actually bought 2 more because they were going to be abusing them a little bit more. And over the years, the 4 cars, a good chunk of them have kind of fell into disrepair and stuff like that, except for the one that they kept officially, the Ecto 1A and the Ecto 1B, that used primarily in the shots. Those are the only 2 they actually maintained upkeep on, and then of course I think eventually the other 2 were sold off. And it's an extremely hard car to find, and it's extremely hard to find parts for it. Now I do believe there are manufacturers who are starting to retrofit parts and stuff like that for collectors. There's like there's a company that finds old DeLoreans that have been like junked, and they retrofit them. They completely transform them from classic cars. The Time Machine, the DeLorean, Ghostbusters, the Ecto 1, the General Lee, like all these cars are so iconic that there will always be a market for them. There will always be somebody who wants to own one of these or wants to try to make their own. And like, go ahead, dude. Sorry, man. I'm a big car guy, so like.
Yeah, so it's fun about Ghostbusters and the Ghostbuster fan base is that nothing has to be screen accurate.
Yeah.
And I like that about this fan base and the fandom of Ghostbusters, is because you can start and be a Ghostbuster cosplayer for very cheaply,
Hmm.
and you don't have to buy anything that's too expensive. Like my proton pack back there, I made it out of basically garbage plastic, and I put it together, and there it sits, and it looks like a proton pack.
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Um, and a lot of the cosplayers, the ones that like to keep screen accurate stuff, and the ones that just go with whatever, they say, good job, with your proton packs. They encourage everybody. They're encouragers, which is nice, because I've seen lots of pictures of people making their own Ecto ones out of SUVs, or just a minivan, or you can see all these
Hmm.
Ghostbuster vehicles coming out, and it's really cool, because it doesn't have to be screen accurate, but it's Ghostbusters, because they do the red stripe, they do the Ghostbuster symbols, and then they got
Yep.
the roof rack, and the roof
Yeah.
rack is what really makes it look like really cool,
Yeah. I
So
mean, they do it with all kinds of vehicles too for Jurassic. The original Jurassic Park. Like it doesn't.
yeah,
They
exactly.
take older explorers from roughly the same year, the same model, but they don't have kind of the bubble dome and stuff like that. But they make them. It's
Right.
like it looks awesome,
Yeah,
and it's like
exactly.
what, to them that's an accomplishment. They're showing what they love, and then there are people in the world who see that they're like going. They're like going, it's Jurassic Park. They're like, and they're taking photos and
Yeah,
like going,
yeah, exactly.
how much did that cost? How long did that take you? Like going, I'm a big
Yeah,
fan. I've always
exactly.
wanted to do that. Like, yeah.
Yeah, and you
And
can do it pretty cheaply. If you have the drive to do it, you could probably do a lot of stuff pretty cheaply and still get away with it looking
mhm,
like it's part of that universe.
agreed.
So, yeah, so that's really cool. Another thing that's cool about the franchise of Ghostbusters, is that when the first trailer came out from the Frozen Empire, they had the red jackets. Now, like three weeks after that trailer, people are making these things. You know,
That's
just
awesome.
out of just seeing what they saw in the trailer. Um,
That
so
means
yeah,
that people are
props. And
excited.
oh yeah, oh yeah, and you can make it. And I think this jacket, when I was looking it up, was only like $69. So that's pretty cheap for a nice heavy coat that you can wear wintertime.
Yeah. Also, shout out to people on Etsy. People on Etsy do stuff because they
Hmm.
have a specific craft and they do it for cheaper and better than
Hmm.
or maybe just as expensive but better
Right.
material and quality and manufacturing than what you get from the actual company itself. As somebody who's checked out a bunch of stuff on Etsy, because again, massive collector. Also, I watch a YouTuber who he's a big collector of Fallout stuff like I am. He goes to Etsy for so much stuff that he buys replicas of, and it
Oh,
looks
nice.
better than the actual stuff Bethesda puts out as a company.
Oh,
And he
nice.
buys it for half the time, a little
Hmm.
bit cheaper or the same price, and it's better. So yeah, shout out
Yeah.
to the people on Etsy. Always support
Oh, for
independent.
sure.
Again, independent creators, just like YouTube, they just don't do it on
Yeah.
camera.
That's it. That's it.
They work it with their hands.
That's right. Now, another thing, if people are interested, if you want to get into being a Ghostbuster, instead of making your own, Spirit Halloween does sell little proton packs. They got an 80% size, and they came out this last year, a full size proton pack, and they look
Actually,
pretty. They do. They look actually pretty darn good. I did buy a 80% size. When I first started making mine, because I wanted to kind of compare the sizes and stuff. Because
mm-hmm.
I don't just go off by eyeball. I just kind of, so I bought one, and then when I was making this, I said, okay, well, I can make it like this and use this part instead of this part. So
Can you do me a favor? Can you make you
yeah.
full screen? Because I don't think I've ever seen that thing up close.
Oh, you never
And
seen it up close?
I don't think so. No, I didn't know that's something you made, dude.
Yeah, I made that. It's pretty decent. Let's see here, solo layout. I don't know if you can see it.
That looks like an actual movie prop. I'm not joking. Like it looks really good, and it's lit up.
Yeah, I do have lights in it and stuff. They're like little cheap lights, but
Dude, I don't know. Look, is somebody who does work on with their hands on cars, I could never do anything like that. I think I'm
well,
just
I'm
not
sure you
talented
could do
enough, bro.
something like that. Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know, dude.
If you had the stuff and you could follow somebody making it, I think you could do it. You know,
That's crazy, man. That thing looks awesome.
well, thank you. Now it's not full size. I do want to make one that is more of full size, so it fits me better.
Hmm.
Because I'm a pretty big guy. I'm pretty fat, and you know that thing looks so tiny on me.
Well, is a gentleman who's again 6'4" and about 265 pounds. I understand being large, and I have very broad shoulders. Everything looks small around
Right.
me.
Yeah. Right. So I would like to make a full size, and I think I will this coming summer or something. I do have a lot of projects I have to do this summer, but hopefully, in between all that, I can do a full size proton pack. Now, what's cool about this one back here is if you like Star Wars, there is a lightsaber hilt on it. So.
I do like the Star Wars, original and prequels
Well, yeah, of
and
course,
in EU. So
yeah. So, I mean, I just and I had one of those little, those Star Wars lightsabers that you just kind of fling out, and it's like it didn't have the
yeah.
lights, didn't have the sounds. It's just those ones you can bang together, and kids bought them. They were like $5 or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I used.
My
I took out the extended blade, and I just used the hilt. So
yeah. My friends and I in the military, when Revenge of the Sith came out, we actually we bought the little more expensive ones, right? You know, the ones that actually had the sound effects and the lights, and you still banged them together. They were like, I don't know, like $25-$30.
Right.
Yeah, there's a funny story about that. My roommate and I were dueling in the hallway of the barracks. Well, the old barracks, the windows swung in and they were on hinges. He went to swing and I ducked under and I stood up and my shoulders caught one of the windows that was open and it lifted off the hinges and crashed.
Oh boy, fun.
And shattered. We had to tell the NCO on, dude. They're like, yeah, we were yeah, I bent down to tie my shoe and I stood up and I didn't realize it. And yeah, it was because it was destruction of government property. We were horsing around with lightsabers.
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny.
Wow, I haven't thought about that story in a long time. It's
Nice.
because you brought up those toy lightsabers, man. That's good story.
It is. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, no problem.
So what else what other things are fun about Ghostbusters is that there are a lot of people, a lot of YouTubers that do mods, or they build their own proton pack, or they do mods on the props that come out and stuff. And it's fun to watch.
Yeah,
and it's fun to just look at it to get ideas. That's how I was able to build this, because I was like just watching that type of stuff, getting ideas.
Well, yeah, there's how-tos all over the place on YouTube. Like if you don't want to know how to do something, go to YouTube and figure it out. Seriously.
Oh, for sure. So I have a few more pictures here. We'll go through them real quickly since it's already a little past an hour.
Well, we were kind of geeking out.
We were, and that's okay. So.
Well, it's nice to talk about something you're looking forward to, but yeah, bring the pictures up. I'll stop talking. Sorry.
Oh no, that's all right. So we got Regal. That's their stuff. We have. Oh, this is also Regal. I think this one is AMC. No, this one's Cinemark.
Cinemark.
Yeah. This one's also Cinemark. They got little plushies. And then this one's AMC, I believe. They have a different style popcorn ghost trap. I don't know if it's better than the other one, but they both look pretty darn cool to me. I think I want one.
I do too. And the fact that they're putting so much effort into this, to me, says that they think this movie is going to do well.
Yeah,
I know they're only projecting. They're shooting for a $45 million opening weekend.
Mm-hmm.
If the word of mouth from Friday is anything to be, believed, if anybody says Afterlife was good, this one's better, go see it, just trust me, you're going to see a massive influx.
Yeah.
Because the world is hungry for good movies, and not just good movies.
Good storytelling.
Yeah.
That's what they're hungry for. Good storytelling.
Excuse me. Sorry.
It's been a long time since we've had a real good story told to us.
Yeah. I think probably one of the most recent examples would be obviously Dune 2. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm more of a Dune normie. It's fine. I've seen the original movies. Well, I saw the original movie, and then I saw the 2000 sci-fi redo. Never read the books. That makes me a normie. So it's one of those things that Dune 2 has done very, very well.
It has.
And Dune is not recognizable like Ghostbusters.
No, it's not.
It has a massive international audience. It's doing better internationally than it is domestically, but if people say Ghostbusters and they're like, whoa.
Yeah, they know
people are going to go, honey, grab the kids. We're going to the movies. Let's go.
Yep, we know Ghostbusters. That's
yes.
Sure. And then you got Icy. They made a Slimer Icy. So
well, that's
fun.
There's always been kind of like Slimer type of stuff. I want to try that. Heck yeah, I get that.
Yeah, me too. I think it's I heard that it's green apple flavor, but who knows? It could be like a lemon lime too. I don't know.
Green apple would probably make a little more sense, but as somebody who was do you remember the Ecto coolers from High C?
Yeah,
dude.
It was more of a tangerine taste.
Yep.
No,
my parents bought me that stuff. I got the Ecto coolers, man.
Yeah.
I was a huge Ghostbusters fan.
Cool. Yeah, that'd be cool if there was like an Ecto cooler tasting thing. Now you do know there are YouTubers out there that have the ingredients for Ecto cooler so that you can make your own Ecto cooler at home. So that's always fun. We got I think we got pretty much everything. I just have this wonderful Ghostbusters, hey, and
I love the logo, by the way. I love the way it's almost like Frozen. Yeah, I love it.
It's
this Frozen Empire thing is it feels like an actual. So obviously, again, the last movie was a little iffy about what was going on. People weren't 100% sure. It ultimately ended up being a very, very credible threat. Something that was, I would say, would rival any of the previous movies. But this one feels bigger because it's advertised from the beginning that something's bigger going on.
Yeah.
To where the last one, it kind of kept it closer to the vest.
Yeah. So if you look behind some of these Ghostbusters, you see the lion, and in the trailer you see the lion moving, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's actually in one of the real Ghostbuster cartoons where there's lions in front of a house, and before they walk in it, the lion's alive,
Mm-hmm.
So it's a haunted house. So I wonder if that's where they got this from, that idea for the lions.
Probably, but also at the same time, they're the lions in front of from what the NYU the New York Public Library.
Yeah,
remember in the beginning of the first movie, the lions in front of it. So they might have taken the two and been like,
Yep, exactly.
Again,
Slimer's back. This is a photo of the old Slimer, but we know he's back because you've seen that in the commercial.
Yep.
Or the trailer. So
Gotta have Slimer.
you gotta have Slimer. Slimer's like one of the team, I guess. I don't know. He's part of the team.
I mean,
in the cartoons, he's part of the team.
In the cartoons, he's one of the team, but in the movies, he seems to be more like kind of like just a nuisance that kind of plagues the team, but not in a malicious way, but just in like just an irritating way.
Yeah, exactly. And then you got the little baby marshmallows back. They're back, and I like that. I think that's
I did too.
If you like baby Grogu, you're gonna like these baby marshmallows better. I think, my opinion.
Well, also on top of that, like you just can't bring back the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Like it's too on the nose, right? So they had a version in Afterlife. The little guys, they're like, and they're like
each other.
They're like skewering each other, and like they don't die. They just like So. And I'm not saying they should bring back the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, but to have that little homage, it's just kind of cute and quirky. I'm good with. It's enough that you're like, I got that. That's funny. I like it.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. Well, you know what? Let's end the show. Just because we are a little over time, and that's okay. But
well, dang, you just wouldn't stop talking.
I know, we could talk for hours. but I know. But yeah, definitely everybody who has not seen Ghostbusters Afterlife, go watch that before you go watch this new movie. I think the new movie is going to be great and phenomenal. I'm definitely going to... I won't be able to go on Friday when it comes out, but I'm going to see it Saturday, so... It'll be the day after. It's because I work. I work on Fridays, and
my dad's like super excited. I wouldn't be surprised if he wanted to try to, and I would actually probably almost encourage it. Try to do it like a Thursday night, because obviously I have Friday night's Royal Rumble.
Right.
See if he, my nephew, who's 15, doesn't care. He liked Afterlife the first time, but then I guess there was like a goof or something like that, and they like bought tickets to the wrong thing, and they saw it a second time, and he's like, yeah. Anyway, he's also got a girlfriend. He's 15, so he didn't care about anything right now other than his girlfriend.
Of course.
His first real girlfriend.
It's
not like, oh, I have a girlfriend. It's like, yeah. So yeah, I'll see if I can convince my dad to see it Thursday night, because I'm very, very excited. Yeah.
For sure. Definitely. Hopefully it's one of those movies you kind of, it's hard to come off the high, like of how good it was,
Agreed. Well, that's what I want it to be.
Yeah, for sure. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. This is Dan the Law and Ryan from Legion Talk, and we will see you guys on the other side. Well, later, anyways. God bless you guys. We'll see you later.
See you on the other side, Dan.
For sure. By the way, we don't have music, so we got to make up our own. Or it
could be like,
that's right.
Ghostbusters. There's something strange in your neighborhood. Who you gonna call?
It's a Ghostbusters.